earned $28. But he did it with dignity. He accepted the lesser acknowledgement, and he did it with grace. Dr. Fuller was an avid reader, and he would restore old worn books. Solomon Carter Fuller says that was his son, would say that he was gracious, loving, radiant, and quiet in personality, that he had a great calming effect on his patients as a psychiatrist. He helped and visited with his patients until his death. And it was written and said that he became frail and thin due to having diabetes. It was discovered in 1930 something. And he went blind, but he never stopped visiting with his patients or allowing them to visit with him. And on January 16, 1953, he died, but prior to his death, his friend who visited him said, although blind, his memory was excellent, his speech was flawless, and his interest was alive. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank God for salvation. Thank God for being encouraged. Who taught you to hate yourself from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin so much so that you bleach it to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair, the shape of your nose, and the shape of your lips? No, before you come asking Mr. Malcolm X, does he teach hate? Ask yourself, who taught you to hate what God gave you? The black woman is the most unprotected woman in America. The black woman is the most disrespected woman in America. The black woman is the most neglected woman in America. You and I, as men, will never get the respect if we don't slap the hands of the men that reach their filthy hands out to touch our women. We ought to hurt you over our women. Before you come asking Mr. Malcolm, does he teach hate? Ask yourself, who taught you to hate who God made you?
All right. If that has whetted your appetite, I hope that you all are going to come to the official program, which is going to be on the 26th, which is next week. First of all, excellent job. Both Sister Alicia and Sister Kenyatta did a wonderful job. I hope that this information and these speeches, these poems and things, I hope that these encourage you to re-examine how you think about Black history. As we already know, the topic of information in general has become very controversial. The idea of I am living my truth and so on, it started off with, oh, well, I'm just going to be myself and I'm going to enjoy X, Y, and Z, whatever. And it has morphed into my truth and your truth are different, and that's okay. But that's not true. The Bible is true. There's only one truth. There's your perspective and my perspective, but there's only one truth. So as you enjoy these offerings from the lovely volunteers, remember that God has placed us in a position as Black people where we are strong enough to handle what man has doled out. But we are only as strong as God allows us to be. It is still a part of our job to represent Christ, to give our lives to God. We listen to these wonderful speeches, but remember your part. Your job is to do as the Lord would have for you to do. Give your life to God and represent Him. He's given you a beautiful heritage. Do with it as you are supposed to. This strength is not for nothing. All right, and with that, we conclude. And in 30 minutes or so, we're going to have a young people service once again. Please see Sister Gigi for your exhortations, your specials, and so on. Thank you very much and have a great afternoon.